Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another dream today. Hello. Nice somber music for the mystery visual novel we're going to be playing today. It's called Z.A.T.O. I Love the World and Everything in It. This is a, it's tagged as a mystery kind of like, story-based, psychological horror kind of visual novel. So it's a little bit different than the romance visual novels that we've played for the last little while. So I want to play something a little bit different. I wanted to play something that didn't really have much romance in it. I don't know if this has any romance in it at all. But it should be a wonderful story, so I'm excited to experience it. I love mysteries, so let's jump into it. Let's switch over, shall we? There we go. And let's start Z.A.T.O. I love the world and everything in it. I've never played this game. It is, let's see, I believe it's free on Steam. The art style looks really cool. And, it's about a disappearance, transmitting your signal to the universe. Visual novel, philosophical. Supposed to be very good. There's a lot of characters. When did it come out? Let's see. When did it come out? 2025, November 2025, apparently. So yeah, pretty recent. Let's give it a try. I'm excited for it. Uh-oh, where'd my mouse go? Uh-oh. Let's do settings. That on the window for a second. Hold on. Here we go. That's fine. That looks good on this, right? Feel a little cropped off, I think. Oh, it's cropped off in the thing anyways. Okay, never mind. Let's see. Text speed, increase it a little bit. Music volume, sound effects volume. Let's turn. We'll keep it all at that. That sounds good. Okay, let's get started. Beautiful music so far. Super hyped for it. Did you know that our sun is a very unusual star? To start with, it's a yellow dwarf. Those constitute for just 7 to 10% of all stars in the universe. It's an outlier even among those. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily covered with dark spots. The sun isn't. The majority of its surface is bright. In fact, it has 3 times the number of light spots than it does dark spots. Sure, its overall brightness index is nothing special. You could even call it underwhelming compared to other stars of its type. But even so, it works harder than most to shine as bright as it can. And I find that really cute. Aw, that's really cute. I don't remember where I read about this. Must have been some newspaper from years ago. But that small piece of trivia still pops in my mind whenever I look at the morning sky. It's not much of a view, to be honest. Not much of a sky, not much of a sun. I guess that's the kind of region it is. Some people say the sun is just lazing around in our parts, what with the constant snow. But people that go around saying that, well, they clearly haven't read that newspaper. The more I thought about things like that, and the more I learned, the more I realized how incredible everything is. I'm not just saying that to be amazing. I mean, improbable. You can't deny the world is full of great coincidences. It's to the point where I begin to ask myself how much of it we can attribute to pure chance. The universe was so kind as to give us both a star and a planet with perfect conditions for sentient life. Just the slightest fluctuation in the composition of our atmosphere, the size of the globe, or the distance between Earth and the Sun, and none of us, none of the beauty surrounding us, would exist. Some would call it a miracle. And of course, that's a lovely way to put it. But isn't that giving the world we're living in too little credit? But it's not that I subscribe to the anthropic principle or anything. I'm not so arrogant as to believe the universe exists just for our sake. Or rather, I'm not so sure it exists solely to be observed. When a baby is born, it is not preoccupied with how it is perceived. That conscious need emerges later as the child develops self-awareness. Until that point, its curiosity is aimed at its surroundings. So if anything, it's the opposite of what the anthropic principle entails. We're social creatures, so the need to be observed makes sense for our survival. But to say the universe itself shares that priority, it just doesn't make sense to me. Interesting thought. I guess that does make sense, in a way. Yeah, you could think about it that way. Although, yeah, you can think about it this way. A child is curious about the world because it perceives the world as external. What if the child is the world? What if all that it could ever observe existed within itself? What can the all-encompassing universe be curious about? There's nothing but itself, so nothing but itself. There's nothing else to care about in the whole wide world. It's the world. Duh. Wait, now this makes perfect sense. If I put it like that, I guess the universe has no choice but to be self-centered. Even if this wasn't the case when it was born. What if the universe developed a desire to be perceived by others as it matured? The same way that a child would. And what do we do when we want others to perceive us a certain way? We try to mold ourselves accordingly. I think I get it now. The universe gradually felt the desire to be seen. It wanted to be admired, loved, and observed, because there's nothing more a world can do but observe itself. It's the best and only pastime there is, as far as the world is concerned. And if observation is good, more observation is even better. Of course, an endless universe can observe itself endlessly. You can say that its observation value equals infinity. That value may seem absolute, but it isn't really, not in mathematics. Infinity plus 1 exists. It's a value that the universe can never reach as a singular, albeit infinite, observer. So it had to create new, finite observers to add to its infinity. It needed to create sentient life. Sentient life is the plus 1. Oh, interesting. I like where we're going with this. When I put it like that, it sounds like all of us are extras at a party. Now isn't that fun? This vast, mighty universe changed itself so meticulously to make new observers possible. It fine-tuned all of its systems so precisely, just to have us here. It worked so hard just to share its one joy with us. Us, worthless insects. Oh no. Oh no, this can't be. That's cute. That's really cute. Oh, I should have expected this. I should have known the infinite universe would be infinitely cute. This world truly is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Ira Graveshskaya is missing. Oh. Huh? Asya. I look up from my desk. A low hum runs through the class. Graveshskaya? What? Seriously? She's just skipping. Nah, she ran off with that one guy. You saw? No, but come on, you know her. She's totally... Silence. Teacher taps her journal on the desk. Ira's parents filed a report yesterday night. Haven't seen her since she left for school. They haven't seen her since she left for school. Another round of whispers. The teacher raises her voice. So if any of you have any information that might help in finding Ira... Ira? Please report it to the teacher's office or the police after the class. That is all. On to the lesson. Chair creaks in the back. Wait! You really expect us to just study like normal after hearing that? Yeah. Yeah, we're shocked, you know? We're worried sick. Seriously, our classmate's missing. Our friend, our Eruchka. The room fills with repulsive giggles. Cut it out. Garion, sit back down. I don't know what that word means. Teacher's voice sounds just as dry as it did when she broke the news. She turns towards the blackboard to write down the date. We all know the situation will probably resolve itself just fine. Let's not act dramatic. If you have anything valuable to say, I'll be happy to hear it in the office. Hold on. Google this real quick. I need a separate thing for Google. Oh. Interesting. So apparently it means peaceful. It's a diminutive for the name Irina. So I guess Ira would make sense. Because I think Ira is probably short for Irina. Maybe? I don't know. Ah! I forgot to open Twitch. Hold on. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. She puts the chalk down and begins the lesson. It's December 19th. A bird flies past the window. December 19th. Wonder what year it is. Disappearance. Give me a break. Aren't you supposed to wait 3 days or something? There's a myth. You can file our missing report whenever, especially if it's a kid. Oh yeah? Hey, let's report each other as missing and see who they find first. Ha, you're on. No, but seriously, what's with the sudden hubbub? She didn't come home, big deal. I thought wandering off was her whole thing. Right? That's just Graviskaya for ya. But her parents just want some attention. Like they need any more of that. I mean, I've heard of some weird cases. Yeah, never say never. Crazy is never say never. Crazy is genetic. You think she's in some crack house now? Oh my god. No way. Do we even have any? I wish. At least it'd be something fun to do. Haha. Honestly. Hey. But she's like for sure with the guy, right? The guy? You don't know? Bunch of people have seen them together. It's some older dude. He's like 30 or something. Oh my god. Ew. You serious? Yeah, it's so trashy. I slowly walk by my classmates as we head to the next lesson. It's irritating. Their conversation is ticking me off. I'm not sure why. Because they're being rude. They're being horrible. Somebody's missing. She could be like dead or something. But I guess they're just not taking it seriously. I guess like if this is like a high school or an academy kind of setting, then like it makes sense they would be taking it seriously, especially if she runs off very often. So they figure it's just like another one of her antics, right? You don't ever think of the worst case scenario until you've been through the worst case scenario. It's not as if they aren't making sense. It's not unusual for Ira to wander off somewhere on her own. I'm not counting this news with any real gravity. Really, I'm no better than them. There is a trace of worry in my head, but it isn't directed towards Ira. Instead, when I first heard about her disappearance, the thought that flashed into my mind was rather ugly. Now nobody will come to save me. Oh, what does that mean? Gross. But regardless of what people are saying, and regardless of what I personally think, that's still a missing person. Her poor parents must be worried. Just picturing it makes me feel glum. I'm not surprised Ira would just run off somewhere without telling anybody, but still. It's not like we've ever been friends. It would be stranger if I acted all torn up about it, right? She's just that kind of person, but it's still somebody you know. It's still very like traumatic in a way, especially if she's not actually missing of her own free will. Always getting herself in trouble, always hanging out in places she's not supposed to be at. That's right, this wouldn't be the first time Ira left for God knows where. But is it really true? The stuff they said about that older man, I've never seen or heard anything like that. Even though this whole time, I suppose it's plausible knowing how some girls are. Even so, I never thought the Ira would be the type to be love-struck like that. Love-struck, huh? When I put it that way, then it's almost... yeah, it's most definitely cute. Ira in love. Forbidden love, too. Wow, I'd never have guessed. I never took that girl for a romantic. But she's the girl at the end of the day. And she does like those types of books. So perhaps she was planning to elope all along? Oh, crap! Crap, it's all so complicated. I'm really torn on this, I really am. On one hand, it's super romantic. Such beautiful young love with no regard for what anyone thinks. It's so incredible. It's so incredibly cute. But on the other hand, I'm really sad. It's selfish and it's dumb, but if Ira is really gone, it's like I've got nothing to hope for anymore. Did you like Ira, I wonder? Hey, Shabina. Huh? You know anything about this? No. Why would I? Well, you two were pretty close, right? Their whole group chuckles. We weren't... No. No, not at all. Really? Really? I thought you two were... Oh, I'm not saying that word. Goodness. What? They all erupt in laughter. My goodness. We weren't... We didn't even talk. Vanim, you dumbass. Gravetska's screwing the old guy. She ain't like that. I don't know, some chicks swing both ways. You never know these days. I don't, it's... Look at her face. Chill out, Shamina, we're just kidding, jeez. Why are you getting so scared anyway? Oh, why are you getting so scared anyways? You really a lesbo or something? I'm not. They just keep laughing. There's no winning in a situation like that. They're gonna laugh at you no matter what, so you might as well just ignore them. What can I even say to that? No matter what I do, they just keep laughing. If Ira came in through the door right now and heard what they were saying, all hell would break loose. I mean, she only disappeared a day ago. She's probably just coming late today. Doesn't even know there's a missing report. Maybe she's already left her lover's place. Maybe she's trudging through our snowy schoolyard as we speak. No, she's already inside. She's already left her wet puppy jacket in the cloakroom. And now she's going down the corridor, up the stairs, to the left. That's right, she's coming. She's gonna storm in any minute now. Right, that's it. I hear her. I can hear her footsteps. She's coming. Ira's coming. What's with that face? You look like you're holding in a shit. Huh? She's totally a lesbo. I'm not. I've never talked to her. I don't know. I told you. The steps walk past the classroom. Now that they're closer, they don't sound like her at all. They never sounded like her in the first place. Well, maybe not with her, but like in general. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right, Shabina? Why is that? Because some people don't get boyfriends. Like, some people want to work on academics. Some people don't want to waste time with relationships when you're like 12. There's like, relationships at that point don't matter. Huh? I don't know. Dude, look at her. Be real. Huh? Come on, don't say that. What, you want to be her boyfriend? Oh, it's a boy, okay. Hey, Shabina, want to go out with Igor? I gave Igor a great voice. Sorry, Igor. Oi. What? Come on, he's a great guy. Right, Igor? You treat her right. Piss off, man. I'm not doing this. Yeah, ha 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 ha. I bite my tongue. There I go again. Bad habit. It's not like it works anyway, so why do I keep doing it? I plop down at my desk and start mindlessly flipping through the textbook. I need to stop indulging fantasies like that. It just makes me feel stupid every time. If Ira came in through that door and beat them up right then and there, would it really help my case? They probably keep saying those things behind her back. And to my face. I guess it really would be for the worse. Yeah, I shouldn't have wished for that. If Ira saw that, it would just add fuel to the fire. So it's a good thing she didn't interfere. It's a good thing it's a good thing. It's a really great thing. At least these guys don't bother me for the rest of the day. Everyone's too preoccupied with gossip. I can't focus on studying either. I keep thinking. The last time I saw Ira, the teacher says her parents saw her leaving in the morning, but she didn't show up to class. That part's nothing new. Ira has always had a bad attendance record. So I assume she skipped as usual. And went to see that man they talked about? Did she go to him right away? Because in that case, yesterday evening. Go home, Asya. The teacher's office, was it? I'm kind of scared of going straight to the police, but I should probably report that. Not sure if it'll be any help. And for some reason, the idea of telling anyone what I saw, something about it just doesn't sit right with me. But there's no logical reason for that. I need to get over myself. Sure, she's probably fine. I know that. Freaking everybody knows that. But if she's not, well, I'm gonna regret it big time. Oh, but I might also be tearing star-crossed lovers apart. If Ira really ran away to be with someone she cares about so deeply, away from society's ridicule, would it really be right to ruin it? Crap. I have to admit, I'm also a little judgmental. I mean, it's really beautiful. I do believe that judging love like that is ugly, ugly, ugly. But whenever I start to consider it closely, I just can't brush off how much older that man is. I just can't. Oh, I'm really no better than the rest. Wait, that's it. So that's why I don't want to tell anyone about what I saw. It must be the good in me screaming, don't ruin their good fortune. They're probably so happy together right now. It's none of your business. Gosh, yes, that must be it. Oh my goodness. This adolescent kind of roundabout thinking is very particular, and I'm kind of here for it. It's a very interesting thought line to travel down. Gosh, yes, that must be it. That explains everything. Should I follow my heart then? Should I keep silent? It's not as if what I had seen will make a difference. It was kind of inconsequential. There's no point in telling anyone about it at all. It's not the kind of information that points to any particular location or culprit. Not that there is one. So let's keep silent and everyone will be happy. I'll be happy, the good irrational me will be happy, and the cold reasonable me will be happy as well. Yep. Good job, Asya. You solved it. It sure is nice to have a clean conscience. Well, no need to loaf around here anymore. Guess I better head home. Counterpoint. What if, and bear with me here, what if Ira is actually missing? Yep. Despite all odds, there's always the possibility that she's in danger. If there's even the tiniest chance that my report will be helpful in finding her, then that info is worth providing. And if she really did elope with her beloved, then my testimony won't change a thing. It's worthless at worst. That's true. If I carefully weigh the pros and cons, that off chance of Ira being in danger and my words being the key to making her safe, to saving her makes for a strong argument. Whoa. My words being the key to saving her. Wow, yeah. That would be so amazing. And then I'd come and visit her in the hospital and she wouldn't know how to thank me. She'd say I shouldn't have, and she'd say, I told you to leave me alone, dummy. But then I'd just shake my head and respond, it's nothing, I was just doing what I was supposed to. Now I gotta come up with something cooler. I'll need to think about that. Wait, why is she in the hospital? Huh? Do I hope Ira ends up in the hospital? Geez, of course not. I don't need my freaking testimony to save her. I hope my testimony is useless because she's already home. Or is calling home, telling her parents how happy she is with the love of her life. That's what I hope for. Ugh, I just keep having stupid thoughts today. At least I know what I should do now. I made my decision. I'm going to the teacher's office. Where was it again? I doubt they expect anyone to come. I'll probably look kind of silly. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, who cares? Walking, down the staircase to the right, down the hall. There, that's the teacher's office. Oh? A girl. There's a girl standing there right by the door. I think I've seen her before. Is she an upperclassman? Our town is really tiny, and so is our school. If I were a better person, I would know her name. She turns to look at me. I'm not sure what she's expecting, so I nod a little. Is there a queue? A queue? To the office. Oh. Oh no. I'm just waiting for someone. Okay. Hey. What? You're Asya, right? Yes. How did you know? That's kind of a loaded question. How do we know anything? Huh? I mean, it's not like we have lots of fancy faces to remember here. You know me too, right? Sorry. Really? Ugh, what was I talking? That's what I was talking about. It's not that I don't care to remember everyone's names. I just don't know where other people get them from. They say that in tiny cities like this, everyone knows each other, but that's just not true. We learn about people outside of our immediate circle through gossip or common friends. But I haven't made any new ones since the day Tosia left. And gossip. Sure, sometimes I overhear my classmates chatting about this and that. But I don't like listening to them. I don't like their voices, so I try not to pay them too much attention. Wait, when I put it like that, it kind of does sound like my fault. My point is, when people regurgitate that idea of everyone knows everyone, the word everyone doesn't include me. The name is Marina. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. You got something to share about Grashevskaya? How did you know? What do you mean how? We had an announcement, same as you. They told us to report to the teachers and all. I see. For some reason, I thought they only broke the news to us, Ira's classmates. But I guess it makes sense they'd give at least the upperclassmen a heads up, just in case they happen to know her. Which means... You also know something about Ira? Yep. That's great. So you talked to the teachers already? Sure did. Wow. And what did you tell them? Tisk. That's between me and the investigation. You can't just spout info like that out in the open, Asya. The wall's got ears. Oh, I understand. Sorry. Okay, well, you don't have to apologize. Crap. I'm making an awful first impression. Not only did I not know her name like I was supposed to, but now I look like I don't know the first thing about vigilance. Who am I kidding? I really don't. I'll just go in then. Marina suddenly blocks my path. No, you won't. I'm sorry? You're not telling them anything. She gestures with her finger to the tact of each syllable. Why? Because. A bad feeling stirs up in my chest. Please don't tell me it's gonna be the same thing as my classmates. Is this because I acted rude? I didn't mean to. Well, I never mean to. I just can't help it, can I? We just met and I've already managed to mess everything up. Damn it. I desperately search her face for signs of mockery, but weirdly I can't find any. I've been waiting for you. Huh? Surprised? Of course I am. No, wait. This has to be some stupid ruse. I'm not going to believe this girl, and then she'll just laugh in my face about it. I'm serious. Ira told me about you. Really? Yeah. Oh gosh, they talked about me? Wow. I'm shocked Marina's being as friendly as she is, considering the kind of description Ira could give. Wait, does that mean she's a friend of Ira's? For some reason, I never thought about her having any, at least not at school. That was really presumptuous of me. I wonder what Ira is like when she's with her friends. I know you saw her yesterday. I figured you'd want to report it, so I ran here as soon as classes ended. I guess it'd be easier to catch you between lessons, but... I got so caught up in all those stupid rumors. It kind of slipped my mind. She knows? But hey, what matters is that it all worked out. So why are you stopping me? Well... Marina looks around the empty corridor before lowering her voice. If you tell them about yesterday, you'll make everything worse. Huh? Let's not talk about this in front of the office, okay? Come on, let's go. She takes a step back and beckons me with her hand. I'm not sure what she has in mind, but it doesn't seem like a prank. Still, wait. I know Ira's probably fine, but isn't it better to play it safe? The faster we share all we know with everyone, the... Quiet, you! I just said we shouldn't talk about this stuff where the adults can hear. What? Marina grabs my hand and starts dragging me down the corridor. She's not exactly being quiet either. All of my stumbled protests sound so weak they might as well be white noise to the other girl. Yes, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report at all. So what? I carefully examined my options and came to my own conclusion. I deserve to see it through. I deserve to testify. But some part of me is relieved that the ultimate choice was made for me. I mean, that silly gut feeling I thought I overcame with reason has come out on top. So there was something to it in the end. Though I was right. My heart was right. Sure, I can't exactly know that, since I'm yet to hear what Marina has to say. But this can't be pure chance, can it? And if it's not, what does it actually hinge on? Did Marina show up because the world needs me to stop for the sake of something more important? Or did Marina show up because I subconsciously wished for something, for anything, to stop me? Whatever it was, I guess I don't mind this after all. I think I'll stick to the grander narrative angle for the time being. The world bending itself to the will of some worthless gnat is a preposterous idea. But it wouldn't be the first time for me, would it? And the fact that the world, for any reason, has decided to guide me towards the right path. That's so endlessly sweet. Down the stairs, to the lobby, to the coat room. I don't resist anymore. Marina drags me along and I can feel my doubt turning to excitement. This is definitely the right path. This girl knows about Ira. I want to know more about Ira too. The whole wide world wants me to know. Like this girl's like delusions of grandeur. She's a very fun character to be inside the mind of. Z.A.T.O, I love the world and everything in it. Title drop! Episode 1, Ira. What the hell is your problem? Everyone is looking from Ira to Garen to the chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Huh? Gavia, what the fuck? Is she insane? Somebody call the teacher. Not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the room, Ira storms towards Garen. Her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it on my desk. I hastily grab onto it. Read that again and I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? Are you nuts? Ira doesn't respond. For a second, she just glares at him, then turns around and stomps back to her desk. The classmates who were caught up in laughing fit just a moment ago are watching her in silent bewilderment. They scoot out of her way as she retrieves their bags and heads towards the door. Crazy bitch. She ignores them. Oh, Grashkavia, where are you going? Bump. Hey! Ira forcibly pushes past the teacher. Grashkavia! What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Her threat falls on deaf ears. Everyone knew Grashkavia. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. I had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. Ira had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. I guess they call someone like her a problem child. Her parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not just because of its small size, but because of its, let's say, exclusivity. Workuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. You're lucky to be here, to have the salary higher than the national average, to have access to goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. You get afforded such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like Ira appears on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless. Like a weed that's sprouted in painstaking maintained flower garden. Of course, it's not as if she appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible, that is, on Ira's parents. And questions begin to arise. Why is Gustavia's daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granted so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child? Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? Oh my goodness, these questions. I've heard lots of talks like that. I've heard more after Ira threw that chair after urine. I can get why. Everyone was just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library once school was done, but my bag slipped and all the contents scattered on the floor. Of course they'd get curious about it. Of course they'd want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I've ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions, nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's it matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Ira somehow. Interesting. Really shows up to school. This is creating a dynamic of somebody who is being picked on and bullied, and somebody who is not going to stand for bullies to be had and is not going to stand for it and is willing to stand up and do something about it, right? And I don't know what Ira's reaction was to seeing Asya last night, but I don't think it was very good. She probably told her to stay away. So I don't know like what happened between the two of them, but it sounds like they weren't ever really friends. At least Asya didn't consider them friends. So, and Asya seems to be like idolizing her in a way because she's doing things that Asya just can't fathom doing. Like she's standing up for herself and doing things that she wants to do, and Asya can't really fathom going against the grain and, like she said, not being grateful that she's in this amazing community and being the best that she can be. Whereas Ira just wants to be herself, I think. So it kind of reminds me of Life is Strange. No. Yes? I think so? I can't remember. I haven't played Life is Strange in a very long time. Maybe we'll play that on the channel if we have some time. But yeah. I don't remember. Actually, I can remember. I think it's Life is Strange. But it's like, you know, one girl is more outgoing and like, you know, determined and independent, and the other girl is a little bit more like withdrawn and like not shy, but like nervous and always daydreaming, and they're just two different people, right? And so it makes sense that Asya would idolize Ira if Ira is going to stand up for Asya when Asya can't do it herself. So I think that's why Asya wants to be friends with her. I don't know, we'll have to see. This is really interesting so far. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on in the ramblings that we're getting. She really shows up to school, and even when she does, she can just leave at random. I couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that, and also I was really scared. Ira's never as much looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garen, it was like I wasn't even there. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was math. I came in through the door. Oh, yeah, see? And there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh, hi. She taught me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business. So I just sat there, thinking about how I should approach her. It's not like I had some long conversation or more formalities in mind. I just wanted to say thanks. In theory, it should have been easy. But wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo too? Assuming she did all that for me, that would just make me look self-centered. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 20 seconds. But when I heard what sounded like her getting off the windowsill, I swung open the door. Wait! Huh? I froze up. She stood next to the window, bag in hand. The cold draft wafted through her hair. I had to say something. Got this rare chance. The world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. What am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just tumbled out of the toilet stall? What? She raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open, as if I'd gone mute, as if every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Oh, it's a Russian. Interesting. Oh, I think on the Steam page it does say USSR. Whatever. No, wait! Please! I took a step towards her and she jolted away like I were a leper. I didn't know what I should say or ask. I just knew I had to say something, even if it was the first thing that popped to mind. Why? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The windowsill. When you sat smoking there right by the window, I thought, weren't you cold like that? Eh? She blinks. Not really. Yeah. Maybe a little. Thought so. Anything else? No. I mean, yes, I'm sorry that you got in trouble. Huh? Well, I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garen read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. She eyed me for several seconds, which to me felt like an eternity. She then sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. Why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Well, I guess not. His voice was getting on my nerves. I see. I looked down at the tiled floor. I knew that was the case, of course. It's not like I was hoping Ira jumped in to defend my honor or anything of the sort. I just wanted to thank her regardless of intent, but no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward or wrong. Why does this always happen? Oh my god, I feel that. I feel that so hard. The soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. She spun around and walked towards the door, and this time I made no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. Huh? Slam. I stood there, dumbfounded. Did she just say that? Did I just hear it right? Poetry isn't stupid. Does that mean she likes it? Ira likes my poetry? Ira Grishkavia? Bell rang and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. I shook my head. Right, I need to get back to the classroom. I doubted Ira was going to be at the next lesson. I washed my hands from nothing in particular. It's a good idea to just wash your hands anyways. Never a bad idea to wash your hands. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, since I went to the store, then to the library for a walk. And then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Huh? My notebook. I just left it to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? Oh, Shibina. We borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? It's fine. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? He lifts a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no. I forgot I left it in there. No. It's just a drawing. Yeah. You sure? It really looks like you if you were pretty. Oh my god. It's not me. Whatever you say. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She'd always vanish during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, none of your business, if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I started doing it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I've been trying to stay out longer. I started taking new routes. It's embarrassing to think about it now, but... Ira... She just walks past me in the corridor. Not even a nod, not even a look in my direction. I guess I don't exactly stand out in a crowd, but... You know, it's my fault for mumbling. I should have spoken louder. Even though it took all my courage just to muster that much. Even though I definitely think she should have heard it. Hey, Vadim. What? Remember when I gave you 50 kopecks? Can I have it back? Huh? 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday. Jesus. You remember things like that? Can I have it back? Man, I don't even remember taking it. I'm sure you're not making this up. Maybe you gave it to someone else. Oh my god, what a dick move. No, it was you. Jeez. I don't freaking know. It's half a ruble, Shibina. Who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? So petty. You probably just lost it or something. My eyes keep snapping to the doorway. It's empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? That'd be really funny. Hey, stop thinking about that. Maybe he really did forget. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's not that much. You can go grocery shopping with that, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not exactly starving. Lately, I've been eating too much junk anyways. Yeah, maybe if I eat less of this stuff, my skin will clear up. That'd be nice. Asya, you don't use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. We're not allowed to, though. What are you saying? They allowed it last year. Really? Nobody's gonna send you home for it, huh? Oh, that's good, I guess. These girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice, though. At least when they're not joking along with the guys. I think one of them likes Vadim. He laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. But you've never tried it before, yeah? Makeup? No, never. Seriously? You're like 15 already. Oh my god, that's so young to... 14. That's so young to be trying on makeup. There's no point. Like, makeup is great if you're like using it as an art to express yourself, you know, that's great for it. But if you're using it to impress other people, like, there's so many other things that you could be developing and working on yourself, intent, to be the type of person that would attract somebody else. You don't need, it's not as much as nature would have you believe, it's not as much of a show and dance as we make it out to be. There's a lot of people who really look for a person's insides and, like, you know what I mean, a person's personality and like what's on the inside. And a lot of people don't care about like if you wear makeup or not, but there are superficial people out there who care about it. But if that's your cup of tea, then go for that. But that's not my cup of tea. I go for the people that like actually want to know who I am as a person. I feel like that values me more than just how I look, because that'll fade with time. Same thing. You gotta learn how to do it at some point, especially with that complexion. Well, I'm not really... Hey, how about we help you out? Yeah, just some light makeup. You'll see what it's like. I don't know. Come on, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you're gonna love it. All right, but yay! Come here then. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Nobody wakes up in the morning with the goal to make somebody feel bad. I really believe that. If someone is doing something hurtful, they don't fully understand it. So I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know they're being mean. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, or to scream at them, or punish them, or anything. I can still hear everyone laughing as I run out the corridor. I'm covering my face. I don't need any teachers seeing me like that. At least the toilet's closed so I can wash this mess off quickly. Ugh. I should stop falling for these pranks, but... Bump. Sorry. I lift my face up without thinking. Oh no. Ugh. The hell? Ira jerks away from me. I can't blame her. I must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. God. I can't handle her looking at me like that. I'm sorry. Huh? I ran past her. Run, run, run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. After about a month, reality had dawned on me. I kept telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me. She told me that much, and in no uncertain terms. She said that, and I kept repeating it again and again and again and again. But I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me, that she cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? Her lashing out at a classmate she found annoying, one who just so happened to make fun of me? Her not joining in? Her telling me she liked my writings? She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't stupid. Boy. 3 coins clink against my desk. 20, 20, 10. So he remembered? There. Thanks for the unforgettable night. Everyone around erupts and snickers. Hey, you're a cheap deal. You free later? Very funny. Oh, please, Shabina, get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class morale. That's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Thank your classmates for once. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I deserved it. As if I didn't have it good enough before. As if my life had any real problems. I was just being greedy, plain and simple. Getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. Aww, funny. I feel so bad for this character. It's all so stupid. I can't help but laugh. But that's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit it, but better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own little world. And hey, even if they didn't announce anything, I can still appreciate those little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief but wonderful moments. I can reminisce fondly about the one time I lucked out and saw Garen all scared and confused. Or that one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, because each moment has a lot of merit on its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. It's something I've been perfectly content with until now. Until I decided that what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what was there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have 2 living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right. I've got classmates that I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. All this, I can have all this. Right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. So why did I act as if I weren't enough? You idiot! What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? I'm so... Ira looks like she's going to slap me, but instead swings her boot against the snow hill. Then turns to me and starts roughly swirling clumps of snow stuck to my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Ira, how did you know I was here? Doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garen giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. I clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't normally. But there was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance, and my legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. Flakes fall gently on the ground below. I look at Ira. Her face is... The word concern flashed in my head, but I've already learned I'm no good at judgments like that. I shouldn't be presumptuous. It's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't, but the question escapes before I manage to cut myself short. So why are you here? What do you mean, why? I told you, Garen was bragging about slipping you that stupid letter. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Well, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? As soon as I say that out loud, I realized I messed up. I really did. Now she's going to punch me. Ira's going to punch me for real. She's gonna punch me and then never speak to me again. I don't even say sorry, I just brace myself for the incoming blow. Physically, verbal, I don't care. I've earned it. No, not really. Huh? It doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. He pissed me off. And you pissed me off too. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believe that, right? Right. I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist and crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. A love letter prank? Really? Who would fall for that? I stare at the shriveled piece of paper and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You want to burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh. No thanks. It's wet anyways. I fold the letter and shove it into my pocket. It will get damp inside, but I don't care. I can't throw it away. A fake confession is still a confession in the end. Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. It's okay. Even if this whole thing isn't real. I met Ira today. Ira came. After all these weeks of praying, Ira came. Thank you. I smile at her. Even after I said I had come to terms with it, no, right as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw away that last dumb scrap of hope I had. That small, involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long, she finally came. I didn't do anything, really. Flustered. Ira's flustered. Is she flustered? Really? That's cute. That's just so cute. Huh? What's with you? Right. I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry. I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. What? Already? Ira gives me a quick once-over. You take care. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. We wave at each other and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. It feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. I turn and walk a couple steps in the direction of my home. No, I've changed my mind. I run back. Crap, my legs are still so stiff. I turned the same corner Ira passed not even a minute ago, and she's already gone. I sigh. The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Why does she always leave in such a rush? Interesting. There's definitely a unique kind of relationship building between Asya and Ira, and I don't think it's unreciprocated on Ira's part. I think, you know, I think Ira might have what some people would call a bleeding heart and cares about the fact that Asya is being bullied so thoroughly. But I don't think she feels like she's good enough to be Asya's friend. It's probably an insecurity issue, I would say, on Ira's part, if I'm reading their situation correctly. It might be a insecurity issue on her part where she doesn't feel that she's good enough to be Asya's friend because Asya like gets good grades and she's a good person and she has good family, and other than being picked on, nothing's really bad about her. So, and meanwhile, Ira has so many issues with just being herself that people don't like about her, and Asya's the only one that seems to like her. So, like, desperately so. And I don't know how Ira feels about that, but I would suspect to say that Ira finds it charming in a way that Asya can always put on a smile, but we'll have to see. Interesting. I'm gonna let ads finish up here real quick. Alright. Let's get back into it. It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way, sat through the lessons, then went home to the store, then to the library for a walk, and then when it got dark I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit regularly. She always visited Janice during breaks. Wouldn't you want to read this? Interesting. Return. Okay. I did it when I was walking from school or to the store, just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started taking new routes. And as naive as I thought it paved a way to behave that way, I kept doing it. Again and again. Walking and walking, praying and praying. Do you assholes ever shut up? Huh? Ugh, this bitch. Nobody saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. Ah, and she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen Dare if I knew she'd see me like that. Though choosing truth when playing with these guys, I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I forgot what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself, and as I did so, I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ira to appear. And so she did. And now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walks to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys skirt out of her way, only Garen doesn't. Move. Nah. What's the rush? Come play with us too. Huh? Dude, are you serious? Come on. Have some fun for a change. Look, Shibina's having fun. Right, Shibina? Please, don't look. Yes. See? Ira doesn't flinch. Out of my way. Or what, gonna throw a chair at me? Everyone's surprised. Ira calmly puts her bag on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. Garen lets out an awkward chuckle. What, got a grenade in there or something? She looks at him. Whoa! Garen jumps back, bumping into another student. What the fuck? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? You... Something silver shines in Irina's hand. It's... a bow compass. Is that... are you serious? She doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into jeers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy bitch. Ira lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk, looking unbothered. Ah, it's just like the last time. Ira saves me without acknowledging my resistance. Maybe some onlookers know most people will think she didn't plan on helping me at all. And that's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, my unreasonable heart is still elated. And I'm getting some really silly thoughts. The 2 times when Ira lashed out at Garen were the 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. That can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only 2 times. 2 times in weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yes, I guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only... I didn't do anything, really. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then, and I still haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind. Over and over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ira ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore. Because in that moment, I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything I could have hoped for. But I'm still a very greedy person. It's still not good enough. I still keep looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point I start to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about. Strolling along the main street, at the courtyards, at the community center, at the store, at the cafe. They weren't hard to run into. But it was as if Ira spent all her free time at home. Which could be the case, but didn't sound like something she would do. From what I heard and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents. Spending hours on end in a home like that every day? No, I really doubt that. The other more probable option was that she preferred the outskirts. Maybe she didn't want to be bothered. That sounded like her. Well, despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to do just that, bother the heck out of her. I almost felt brave about it. Ira could totally get pissed. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Whoa! But for some reason, I really didn't think she would. My breath halted. Oh. Hey. Hi. The vents near the research institute expel hot air. Nobody really goes here aside from the staff coming out for smoke. I never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts, so it's a safe bet in my book. Why is Ira here of all places? Again? How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? They seriously sent you all the way here? Wait? No. I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll? Here? Yes. Okay. It gives me an incredulous look. Do you, like, smoke? No, I don't. Why? It's a smoking area. Ah. Yes. I know that. You want to try that? What? Smoking? No, thank you. Oh my goodness, even like it and like that. No smoking, people. Well, I guess smoking is okay, but like, don't do it if you're underage, because it's bad for your health. Smoking is bad for your health, if you didn't know. Don't smoke if you can help it. Cheap drugs. Ugh. Awkward start. I can't let it end here. I need to just... And what about you, Ira? What about me? Why are you here? Were you at the institute? Yeah. Something like that. Something like that? My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh. Oh. You bring home lunch? That's what I said. That's so sweet. Eh? I mean, it's really nice you look out for your mom. It's whatever. It's not. I know it's not. With all I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. The thought of doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. I mean, if I were told to deliver something, I would. But Ira's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. She'd have to really care about it. Ah, crap. That proves it. Ira and I weren't cut from the same cloth. When I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute I have to come home, Ira is cooking, packing lunch, and carrying it to the edge of town. That goes against everything I've heard. But it makes so much sense. That's why you never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have time to sit at the cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. No. She only said her mom forgets her lunches sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. It doesn't take long to get to the institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Yes, that's true. She still have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. Interesting. Ira walks back into the building. Do I really need an explanation? None of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Garen doesn't talk to me as much. When she's in, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who? Who do you think? Oh, she's not really my friend. You're Pitbull then. But Pitbull? Ah, hey, that's spot on. You can't make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conniption fit. It's annoying as shit. You think we're friends? Well, not really. But looks like they picked up on it. On Ira reacting like that to make me being used as laughingstock. That wasn't just me? It's not just my wishful thinking? That's nice to hear. Even if I still don't know for sure. It's the most comforting thing I've heard out of Garen's mouth to date. At least she barely shows up. Yeah, they'll probably kick her out for New Year's with that attendance record. Good riddance. That's right. Ira can't possibly be meeting the minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but... Wait, I don't think they can expel her. Huh? Why not? We're the only school in town. Where else is she gonna go? Damn. Good point. Whew. Well, her parents can just send her away. You mean to another town? Yeah. To a relative or something. Well, no. Oh man, now that you say that, everyone pretend to be surprised when it happens. No. No, no, no. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it, how Ira's a nuisance to her household. It's been like that for a long time. But still, she forgets her lunch sometimes. That can't happen. No. It can't. It's not fair. It's not fair. They can't send her away. She can't go. She's so nice. She cares. She does. Maybe not for me, but for her family. Why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do, then it'll be all over. If they do, then I won't. You won't get to see her anymore. We just started, I don't know what. I can't even call it talking. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me, even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. This can't happen. This physically cannot happen. I raise my head and look out through the window. The snow is falling lightly on the yard. The dark pine branches sway under its weight. The long gray clouds glide placidly across the tundra. Far past the fences, past the mountain ridge. So far away that I can't picture it. So far away that my mind circles twice around the earth and comes back to the spot I'm sitting on. This world is way too gentle. Been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. If I've earned this world's good graces, why can't a person so much more deserving do the same? What does a person like that have to do? Is there anything I can do? A bird flies past the window. There's a lot of repetitive things happening, and it's really interesting because I think it's adding to the story of it's like she's having this delusion day after day after day after day, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And she's convincing herself that she's trying to convince herself that they're not becoming friends. And she's idolizing her in a way that's making her better than she potentially is. We're talking about caring about her family and whatnot. Like, there's no reason that we could think that Ira was lying to her, other than the red scene. That was very crazy. But Asya is a really interesting character to have this narrative going on with, because she has these like roundabout circular thoughts of maybe, but no, it can't be that. And then she roundabout turns herself against herself and calls herself an ungrateful brat and reminds herself to be grateful. And it's like taking there's a lesson in remembering to be grateful for the things that you have, but this is also a lesson in when that's not helpful and that's too much, because she's now saying that she doesn't deserve anything, that she's not just ungrateful, but she's undeserving and she's unworthy of these things, that she's not worthy of having a good life. And that's a real self-esteem issue that I feel like kids can have at this age. So, especially kids that are getting picked on a lot. It's a very interesting narrative. What? I'm really using up all my luck these days. Ira sits smoking in the girl's bathroom, just like she did when I first talked to her. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick in her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. I know you don't like going to class as much, but you can really get kicked out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just really not care? Everyone says that you'll get sent away. That your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably, yeah. Of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe if you just cleaned up, if you stop skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We could go to the library or something, and then there's 1 month left. It's not gonna work. I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. That's about what I expected. Of course I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It was just an excuse, a selfish ploy to get some scraps of Ira's time before she goes. I wonder, did I do the same when Tosia moved away? It's only been 3 years, but now that I think back to it, it's all so hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey. Thanks. No, I didn't do anything. It was just a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Nice. Right. She doesn't know. Thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's just not fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh, actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yes. You know, the one we use for classes. Maybe you've seen something like that lying around? Ira's expression darkens. Don't worry, we were just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. I checked the whole class and the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I'm just no good at that kind of stuff. When I hid Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. She throws a cigarette butt out the window and hops off the windowsill. Without saying a word, Ira storms past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress just as she's about to leave. Wait! I said, it's fine. We were playing a game. Really. Please, don't get into more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It was Garen, right? No, Shurkov. Same difference. She walks out the corridor, I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Ira has in mind, but it comes immediately clear when she makes a sharp turn to the right. Wait, serious? She swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. Gah! Some poor boy tumbles out, almost colliding with me. Sorry! We're sorry! He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? I follow Ira to the bathroom. Ugh, the smell is so much worse than this one. I look around and see Ira's hand reaching above one of the stalls. There it is, my diary. Right by the tiny window at the top. Ira steps on the toilet bowl. But please be careful. I'm fine. She grabs onto the flush tank secured way above. Then, using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. Pop. I clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been there all along. I look up at Ira, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Wow, thank you. Yeah. Bam. Ira almost loses her balance and but jumps just in time. The bowl makes a loud clang as she hops off. Whoa. Are you okay? Yeah. Let's get out of here. You think it's broken? Dunno, I didn't see anything. Huh? But why would I be in a men's toilet? Gross. I see. The lies begin. She's really good at it. So it's really a wonder of what she's thinking. Thank you again. How did you know it would be in the boys' room? You think Shurik would go to the ladies' room? No. I suspected they put it there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. We can't keep doing this. I know. I should have checked there from the start, instead of running around the whole school like a... No. You can't keep going along with it. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really. We were just playing around. Bullshit. You know damn well what they're doing. They're not your friends. I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to piss off? For once in your life. I can't. You like being a victim that much? It won't get any better if you keep doing this. It'll only get worse. It's not that bad. And I wouldn't... I can't just say something like that to them. I'm sorry. Why the hell not? Well, it wouldn't be right, and for the love of... It's not like I've never tried it before, but when I say something, they just make fun of me, and nothing changes. So freaking what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. Exactly. I'm not like you. I can't just do that. I can't act like I don't care when everybody's laughing. I can't look people in the eye like that. And when I go along with it, at least they talk to me. And I know you're okay on your own, but I... So, what's your plan? Huh? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously. She exhaled sharply. She doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Asya. Yes? You know I'm leaving soon. That's right. I understand what she's getting at. The unspoken rule Garen and his friends have been sticking to, holding themselves back when Ira's around. The real cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away. I don't know what to do. Why can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is much worse than mine. But here I am whining and clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling Ira to get her act together. And yet, I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Huh? A poem. Why? What kind of question is that? Because I like them. Really? You like them? You like my poems? Why else would I ask? Thank you very much. I mean, yes, of course. I'll write one. Do you want it to be about something, or maybe a specific meter? I don't care. Anything. Alright. I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah. You do that. Ira checks her wristwatch. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already? Yeah, alright. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walking down the empty corridor. Empty. I've really stayed in school for way too long. Shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too. Interesting. What is Asya going to do now that Ira's gone? And what happened to Ira? My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Again, this is the cycle that she's unable to break. But the music is getting faster, so I wonder if something's going to happen. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes. She vanished during breaks. I never asked where to. I kept imagining scenarios in my head, not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I tried to take new routes. And as naive as I was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Oh? Ira! Hi! What are you doing here? Ira points to her cigarette. Oh no, I mean, what are you doing at the center? Came to return some bucks. Oh, so you go to the library? What were you reading? Stuff. You don't want to say? You won't like it. Huh? Why not? Ira looks like she's really weighing the pros and cons of exposing me to her taste in literature. Did she read something she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. That's kind of unfair though, isn't it? You know, the other week I finished The Plague by Camus. Never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. It's very visceral, but I enjoyed it a lot. Not sure I agree with the message though. Yeah? What was it? It was, basically that it's evil to be, it's that evil is an inherent part of life. You could try warning it off, but it'll never be for good. And even if you do good things in times of crisis, there'll always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah, sounds about right. I guess there are some okay people in the world, but there's a lot more dirtbags. Really? That's a pretty depressing way to look at it. That's how it is. I don't know if I agree. At least I've never met someone I'd call a dirtbag. You serious? Yaren's right there. Yaren? Well, he's not that bad. Really, I don't think he means it. I'm sure everyone's trying the best they can. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? I actually, I think that's something Camus and I can agree on. Yeah, right. If everyone's so nice, where's all that greater evil coming from? You think it's some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment, and there are really horrible, awful things happening every day. But I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil is intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, but not evil. There was this famous judge, Dionysus something, from ancient Greece, I think. Anyway, he said evil is not a being, for if it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay, so Hitler's not evil? Oh my god. That's a rather extreme example, but it's not like he was born that way, was he? I mean, it wasn't his natural quality, I don't think. So, the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists, it's freaking everywhere. Just because there's a reason for it doesn't make it better. She's got a point. Of course not. I just don't like it when it's described as something omnipresent. What? It's like, doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, we aren't born with some big evil force inside of us. I doubt the universe is any different. What? The universe ain't a person, of course it's different. Well, yes, it's not, I know that. But it's kind of a being, right? I mean, every being is pure by default, so is the universe. Because it's the idea of being itself, right? And, oh my god, when you're trying to explain your religious beliefs to somebody, I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. Sorry. It's whatever. About what I'd expect. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. For a second, I feel a lump rising in my throat. But then I realized something. Ira doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but it must be nice being able to think that way. Like everyone's good deep down. Like nobody would ever want to hurt someone on purpose. That's a sweet world you're living in. How do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. Aren't you pretty angry already? Angrier. Hey, Meowster. Welcome. We're in a weird relationship between two girls at a kind of academy setting, and this girl, Ira, has gone missing, but we're having these flashbacks of interacting with her, and we are getting bullied to the max by these kids all the time, and she always comes in to save us. And now she's like, the potential of her having moved away is getting higher, so she's like, you know, I'm gonna have to leave, right? And when I do, I won't be able to protect you anymore. And basically, and our main character, Asya, is like, I don't know what I'm going to do because I depend on you to come and save me, and that's like the main thing that I pray for all the time, is to interact with you. I don't want you to go. And so it's this really sweet relationship between these two girls. It is a non-romance though, so I don't think it's gonna end up with like romantic feelings, but definitely we're getting vibes of like
a girl who's being bullied and a girl who is very strong and independent and does not like the fact that she's being bullied. They're talking about their worldview right now. She does gotta teach her how to throw some hands. She's too nervous though. Asya is very like soft-spoken, quiet, nervous. I would venture to say she's neurodivergent to a degree because of the way that she constantly is twisting reality to her worldview, which you'll see what I mean when we start reading. But she's a very interesting character, so you'll see what I mean once we get out of this interaction with Ira. Whoa, even angrier? Yes, I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. I imagined Ira throwing 100 chairs. 100 chairs flying towards 100 Garens. Chairs flying, boat compasses swinging. Ira's like a bodhisattva. What? Dozens of hands, half are for holding furniture, half are for stationery. Oh, that's fair. Thanks for stopping by, though. I appreciate it, Meowster. Hopefully you can come stop by tomorrow. We'll be playing Baldur's Gate 3 for a while. I might be late for you, though, so I don't know. Busy Meowster day. Yep. A halo of chairs and compasses. A halo drawn with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. 100 times more compasses, 100 times more halos. Ira surrounded by 100 halos. We talk for a little while longer. Just idle chatter while she finishes her smoke. I tell her about some of the books I've recently read. My impressions, my interpretations. I'm not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and crumpled. She keeps listening though. Every time I say something, I search Ira's face for signs of boredom. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Oh geez. I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. She puts out her cigarette bud. Oh, really? Yeah, plans. I understand. But, some of those novels sounded kind of interesting. I'll check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And, sorry for that stupid philosophy talk. Can you shut up with the freaking apologies? I just said thanks. So... Ira gives me a look so threatening I could cut myself off. Right. I hope you enjoy them? Hey, not a Chinese spy. How's it going? We're having fun with it. I've never played this game before, so we're trying it out for the first time today. It's really interesting so far. I'm liking the dynamic between Ira and Asya. It's a very interesting one. I don't think it gets explored as much in like visual novel literature as it should be. I like these kinds of pairings. She nods in approval. Phew. Oh, and the books I read. They were, yes? Angelique. By Anne Gollin. And Angelique? The romance series? It's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know. I know, my mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I never got to reading them, and I didn't really expect you to be into... They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. You're not? It's just that if you want to read something historical or whatever, they're all right. Oh, okay. She does read. She reads her stuff for the plot. It's the only reason to watch Bridgerton. As for the history, I'll remember that. Ira looks like she's about to say something else, but then turns on her heels and stomps away. See you. Yeah, see you around. Ira disappears down the street. There she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ira and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It was nicer than I imagined. I had no idea. So she likes books like that, huh? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learned about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little bit more about herself. It kind of feels like I hogged the entire conversation now that I think back to it. That was really self-centered of me. Next time I'll have to ask Ira more questions. I'll ask her more about the books she likes. Maybe we could talk about movies? I wonder what her favorites are. Does she also like romance films? That would be cute. I usually prefer detective films, but I really enjoy all kinds of movies. So if she wanted to watch something, maybe we can even go to the cinema? My voice is a touch away from the Deku voice. I don't think I've really watched, I guess I was gonna say I haven't really watched the dub version of My Hero Academia, but now that I think about it, I have heard the Deku voice in like TikToks and stuff, and now that I think about it, I guess yeah. I never really thought about it that way. A little bit to the Deku voice, that's funny. It's been a long time since I've gone there. I need to see her again. Deku's got that huskiness in his voice. She skips even more often than before. No point in keeping up with classes if you're getting expelled anyway. I guess that's Ira's modus operandi. Ira-chan, you have to hold on for everybody. Poor Ira. I wonder what happened to her. I'm so curious. We're getting so much backstory about Ira. I'm really concerned for her. To some degree, I understand it, but I still wish she showed her face from time to time, if only for one lesson. We probably wouldn't even talk if she came. It's not something we ever do in class, so I don't expect anything in that regard. Just seeing the back of her head would be enough. What's with you, Shabina? Huh? You're all smiles. Finally taking my advice to heart? What advice? Not looking like you're about to hang yourself for a change. It's great to see you, really. Yes, it is great. We're so proud of you. How about brushing your hair next? That grin makes you look like a basket case. Thanks, madam. I'll do that. You're welcome. He grabs my English notebook off the table. Payment for my services. His friends chuckle along. I couldn't care less about that. Even though she isn't here today, I don't mind. I know we're going to see each other soon. I'm going to do everything to bump into Ira again. I'll walk the whole town up and down so that we see each other. I'll scour every corner of this place to find her. Perhaps I'm being over-reliant on the universe's kindness. At the end of the day, even if I walk all the possible routes, there's no guarantee I'll run into Ira. But I want to believe. No, I'm convinced the world's merciful. So if I try my hardest, maybe my efforts will be rewarded. Of course, it's an entitled way of thinking. But there's so little time left. Too little time. I need to make the most of it. I'll make as many memorable moments as I can while Ira's here. I'll make every encounter count. I'll fill this measly scrap of time with wonderful things. Ira! Hi! Oh, Jesus, it's you. She says with a mixture of relief and irritation. I barely hold in a giggle. I'm so glad to see her. It worked, it really worked! I spot Ira between a row of garages on the edge of town. She was crouching down by the wooden wall, hugging a thermos with one hand and holding a cigarette in the other. What are you doing here? What does it look like? Meditating? Wrong answer? Ira shakes her head and looks back at the ground. Huh. The rush of joy that had washed over me when I first noticed her began to dwindle. Now that I take a closer look, I don't think I've ever seen her curled up in this way before. Everything about her posture extremes exhausted. But why out here? Are you okay? She mutters something. Huh? Hang on me. What was that? I didn't quite catch it. I take a tentative step towards her, but Ira's scowl stops me dead in my tracks. Eh? You spying on me now? Well, no. No. I was just walking here. At a garage lot? Yes. She gives me a look of such contempt it sends a shiver down my spine. I'm not lying. Really. I always take these walks after school. I'm going the same route, yet it's boring every time, so sometimes I go through here. Or through the barracks. Or a couple times I even went to the helipad. You know, the one that's over there? As I speak, I see Ira's expression already slowly change from disdain to confusion. Ah, this isn't right. We talked so nicely just a few days prior. Why then? Did she hear something bad about me? From who? I don't think she'd believe a word of Garen's. I mean, I usually stroll along the main street or near the community center, but it'll get colder soon, you know? So, it's better to enjoy the outdoors while you can, right? I just keep speaking, hopefully she'll stop being mad at me. I need to keep going. I need to keep talking because that's what I wanted to do with her. I wanted to talk, and so I have to because I can't waste this moment. We can recover from this. I can cheer her up, and we'll clear everything up, and she won't think that I'm some creep. I just can't stand it. I can't bear having her glare at me in silence. And, you know, the views are really great here on the outskirts. The sky is bigger, and you can see way into the tundra, and what I mean is, I didn't think you'd be here. That's a lie. Well, more of a half-truth. I hoped she'd be here, like I hoped she'd be everywhere I went. It's just that this isn't where I imagined it all. Not after our last meeting. Not after everything. She's been staring at me. For a moment, her eyes soften, but then she closes them as if just looking at me was wearing her out. She takes a drag and turns away from me. God. Can I kneel in for 5 minutes? I'm sorry. I wait for her to respond with something like, why are you even apologizing again? Cut it out. Or even just whatever, that's fine. But she doesn't say anything. I'm sorry. I'll be going then. Goodbye. Silence. I walk away. Interesting. Caught her in a bad time, I guess. Cold wind blows into my face. Yeah, but it's a harsh strike back into reality that you're not as close in your head as you think you are, because in your head you've spent so much time with her, and that's not relative to the amount of time you've actually spent with her. You're not really her friend. Even if she's being friendly towards you, you guys aren't friends yet. The mounds of snow on garage roofs look smooth and soft. When blizzards hit, they'll get completely buried. I like to have a snow hill form over me too. Aww. They look cozy. Actually, I wonder what Ira carries in her thermos. I guess tea would be the obvious answer, but what if she's one of those people that like to have some warm soup with them? That would be cute. I should have asked her about it. Probably not the time. I feel like I'm going to cry. Aww. Poor Asya. Poor Asya. I feel so bad for her. She's trying so hard. Hey, you got any plans for New Year's? What plans? I'll be with my folks. No, I mean after that. My sister's going to a party with other upperclassmen. Oh, are you serious? Think we could sneak in? No way, I don't want to hang out with her. Man, come on. They're gonna have those older girls there too, right? Oh my god. The ones from grade 10? Oh, I bet Machina will be there. Like she talked to you. Hey, you don't know that. I said we're not crashing anything. They won't let us in anyway. Ugh, that's true. Where are we going then? Whose place? Not mine. We got grandma coming over. I can't host. You? Me neither. Vadim? No way. He's kind of tired recently. Ah, really? Yeah. It's whatever though. Sounds tough. Work stuff, I guess. I hear ya. My mom's also out of it. All the adults are pretty stressed, huh? Figures. It's the end of the year. Right. It's almost New Year's. It's a shame, but I don't feel festive at all. I'll need to help Mom decorate the house. Maybe I should remind her about it. Oh my god. Should I remind her about that? It feels like all of us kind of forgot about the holidays. At least I did. Well, maybe I didn't really forget. The end of the year has been looming in the back of my mind, but not as cause for celebration. All I could think about were the days counting down to the moment Ira would move away. Ira. She's absent again. I'm not surprised. I wish that I could clear things up with her. I'm not sure how, but I have to. Maybe I should apologize again? What for? Did I really do something so wrong? I guess I've been pretty annoying, but I don't know anymore. I need to think of something that could cheer her up next time we meet. Will more apologies really cut it? Probably not. She'll just get more annoyed. Then maybe a small gift? That might be weird though. And I won't get any more allowance until next week. What could I even buy with this spare change? Maybe a little treat will do? A waffle? Would she like a waffle? Polly, you want a waffle? Ah! What the hell? She's not a freaking dog. Why does my mind always go to some weird place with her? Oh, I should just shut up. Focus on something else. It's just so difficult to do these days. Difficult. But I gotta try. Inhale, exhale. There, a little clearer. I see the sidewalk a little bit better. The buildings, the sky, the lights, everything around is friendly. Everything is beautiful. That's great. Those are great things to look at and think about. Though perhaps I shouldn't breathe so deeply. You could get really sick from this. It's been getting colder after all. My usual routes have been getting harder and harder to finish. And it's not just the temperature. Passing the outskirts gets snowed over, so trudging through them tires me out really quickly. The winds are picking up too. Even when I cover myself up with a scarf, it feels as if my face is being pelted. I'm not meeting anyone out here in this weather. I should have gone to the library today. What time is it? Maybe I can still make it. Closes at 6, so... No, for sure not. Oh well. They've already begun putting up New Year's decorations. Everything's lined with lights. Oh, and there's a pine tree near the community center. It's so tall, and bare for now. Well, I like it as it is. The way the snow rests on its branches makes it look so mighty. Alright, I'm getting into a bit of a festive mood. Wish the frost weren't so prickly, but then I'd look around some more. The streets are empty, save for a couple of adults I saw walking down to the bar. Hard to imagine there would be a lot of people out on an evening like this. So why have I been meandering around like I've got nothing better to do? Every answer to this is embarrassing. There we go. The inside of our apartment block is warm and muddy orange. There's no elevator, but then again, it's only 5 floors. I'm on my way upstairs. An idea is forming in my head, an obvious solution to the problem I've been having. It's perfect. I have the perfect plan for the evening. There's our door. It's kind of uninviting. But that's just my opinion. I bet Dad's guests find it quite welcoming. Though, judging by how quiet it is, I turn the key and enter. Quiet? The only sound is the faint muttering of the TV coming from the living room. Yes. Thank God, no visitors today. I hang my wet coat up to dry, take off my shoes, and quietly go down the corridor. Hi, Dad. Hello. I don't even stop to peek into the room. I won't see anything I haven't seen before. At least tonight seems like it'll be calm. I wash my hands. When I exit the bathroom, I hear a soft voice from the kitchen. Out with friends again? Hi. Mom nods her head, staring in front of her. She's smoking again. I go in and open the window and then turn on the light. She squints from the sudden brightness. You want some tea? I'm gonna set in the kettle. She shakes her head. I sit opposite her and wait for the water to boil. She's not saying anything, and neither am I. It's not awkward per se. I just pick up the oilcloth and swat away the smoke that occasionally drifts in my direction. We're both used to this kind of thing in our own way. Even so, I go to my room as soon as I fill up the teapot. Wow. A real loving family there. I don't like locking myself in here. I do it every time, and every time I'm swarmed with nasty thoughts. Can't even spend some time with your own mother. You run away from her, even though she's so hard, so hard. You traitor, brat, ungrateful filth. It's the kind of self-flagellation that goes nowhere. Yeah, that stuff is dangerous. You have to be careful with that. She's only 14 and she's having these kinds of thoughts. I feel so bad for her. Do I think that if I badmouth myself enough, I'll be forgiven? This happens every time and changes nothing. It's pointless. So I direct my attention elsewhere. What was I going to do? Oh, right. I picked up my pen and start flipping through my notebooks. Ira asked me to write a poem. Just thinking back to it makes me so giddy. She said it. She told me she liked it. Ira likes my poems. Nobody's ever said that to me before. Well, Tosia did. But that was years ago. That poem. The one that Garen read. What did she like about it? Maybe I should have asked. Where was it? Ah, that's it. Do we get to see it? can't read it.
Не обнимай меня так нежно.
Ah, I can't read it.
Цветы наряд свой белоснежный. И спи спокойно. Только я буду царапаться и биться. А иней пусть себе искрится. И пусть летят по небу птицы. И светит бледная заря.
It sounded beautiful. Oh, here we go. O damp black earth, do not hold me so tenderly. Do not tear your snow white attire and sleep peacefully. I will scratch and I will beat, but frost will still glimmer, and birds will still fly across the sky, and a pale dawn will still shine. Wow. Ah, it's so lame. I can't blame them for laughing. If anything, Garen was too nice. But at least you liked it. For some freaking reason, Ira liked it. So maybe it's not all that bad. Maybe I can make something worthwhile. At least something worthwhile in Ira's eyes. That's all I really need. She got angry at me last time I saw her. I don't know why. I mess up a lot. I really mess up a lot. I doubt she was a bad mood because of me. But I definitely didn't help. But now I will. Maybe if I do this, she won't be so mad anymore. I've been really trying since that day. The day she helped me with the diary, I mean. I've been trying, but I just can't get the words to flow quite right. Today, though, I really want to do this today. I think I can do it. Yeah. I'm like a kid that only does their homework when their parents yell at them. I don't even know when she'll show up at school again. Bumping into her on the street is a tough bet, especially with this weather. Well, I'll try anyway. I've got nothing to lose. What's the worst case scenario? Appreciating gorgeous scenery? Oh, heaven forbid. I'm gonna enjoy this to hell and back. And when I hand that poem to Ira, then it'll all be worth it. Aww. Honey. You're putting a lot of worth onto this poem. She's putting a lot of worth onto this poem and these interactions with Ira. I feel so bad for her because this is not going to go well for her because we already know that Ira has disappeared. So something's happened. And the more time that we spend seeing Ira in these places, the more I wonder why she's there in the first place. Like, why does she look so pained and exhausted outside a garage station? Why is she at the institute? Like, I know she said she was there to see her mom, but I don't know, like, the more I see her in these different places, the more suspicious I am that something has happened to her and that she's gotten herself into some kind of trouble that she can't get herself out of. And that's a really scary thought when you're this age, when you're 14 and you're at school and one of your classmates goes missing and you're the last person to have seen them. That's a really scary situation to be in. So I just wish Asya, I wish this for Asya as somebody who struggles with self-image and self-esteem, but I wish that Asya, I think it's great for the story because we're getting a really clear image of how Asya sees herself and views the world around her. It's really great in that regard, but I wish Asya wasn't so hard on herself all the time. I wish that she just knew that she was already enough, that she didn't have to try so hard to be liked or to be understood or anything like that. I wish she could feel how she feels with Ira with other people. And I wish she didn't feel that like she has to look for signs of disappointment or boredom or anything like, or annoyance or something like that. That's such a heartbreaking thing for a child to have to go through. And I just feel so bad for her getting bullied all the time and taking it in a way that like nobody starts out bad, therefore they're not doing it intentionally to be mean. They don't understand in some context. And I think that's insulting to the knowledge that these kids have, because they're also 14. They also have thoughts and feelings, yes, but they also should know right from wrong at this point, and they should know it's wrong to bully a classmate like this and just be mean to them for no reason. And I love the philosophy behind Asya's thinking. I think her idea of the universe is really fun. So I'm excited to see where this goes. So yeah, we're gonna stop here for today. So thanks guys for joining me for Z.A.T.O. I love the world and everything in it. We will be back with this next Friday, so come join me then for more for more Z.A.T.O. It should be very interesting. It is tagged as a mystery psychological horror kind of visual novel, so I'm hoping that we get more. We already saw a little bit of the psychological horror when we called out Ira's excuse about seeing her mom. We had that moment where our screen turned red. That made my heart drop. That was really scary. So hopefully we'll get more stuff like that going further into the story. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. This is gonna be really fun. So yeah, we'll be doing some stuff like this. We'll be reading Z.A.T.O. on Fridays, so feel free to join me on Fridays for that. If you like visual novels, we do a visual novel every Friday. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll be streaming Baldur's Gate 3 with my lovely husband, Gob the Goblin. Typically we do D&D, but we've been having a little bit of scheduling issue, so we're gonna stick with Baldur's Gate just to keep it easy. We are doing a selfish evil kind of playthrough, so a lot of characters won't make it. We're planning to side with the goblins in the first arc. We're planning to have Will kill Karlach. We're gonna be making some evilish kind of choices. So if you haven't played Baldur's Gate, or if you haven't played an evil playthrough yet, or a Dark Urge playthrough or anything like that, go ahead and check out our playthrough of Baldur's Gate. It should be really fun. We are using mods, so it is a little bit different. So hopefully you guys will join us for that tomorrow. Otherwise, we have Homestuck on Sunday, which is always a blast. So hopefully you'll join us for that then. And on Tuesday, we have Mass Effect. We've been playing Mass Effect the Legendary Edition. We just got access to the Normandy, so we are getting off of the Citadel, and we're going to go find Liara first because I want to go get her right away because I really like Liara and Tali together. So yeah, hopefully you'll join us for upcoming stuff on the stream. Otherwise, we have a Discord if you're interested in hearing more about the stream or hanging out with other people from the stream, like me and Gob or other people that like the stream. You can join the Discord. You can go to any of the Linktree links or go to the About Me section of Twitch, go all the way down to Discord, add yourself, and you can be part of the party, hang out with us. We do some Discord only events. We just recently read the Call of Cthulhu graphic novel, which was really fun. So there are no VODs of that because it's a Discord only event. So if you're interested in those types of events and things like that, different readings and other things that we do, you can come join the Discord and be more part of the party and hang out with us and get to see all the side comments that we got going on. We have a lot of Homestuck chatter going on right now. But yeah, anyways, if you want to watch previous streams, or if you want to watch a different visual novel that I've played, we've played so many in the past. Some of my favorites were what was it called? Some of my favorites were, what was it called? It was just the B. What was it called? Maybe it doesn't start with a B. I don't remember what it's called. Oh, we played Find Love or Die Trying. That was really great. That was a really fun visual novel. We've also played, what was the one that I was thinking of? It has to do with two girls, Highway Blossoms. Highway Blossoms, that's what it's called. I knew it would come to me. It's about two girls that go on a treasure hunting adventure, and it's a little bit of a romance, so it's really cute. That was really fun as well. We typically do romance kind of visual novels with a smattering of other things included. So we're gonna start to kind of lean more towards non-romantic visual novels for a little bit. So we'll be playing things like Z.A.T.O. and some other psychological horror-esque type of visual novels. So we will see. There'll be a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, we have that all on the VODs channel. So if you go to youtube.com/@princessevillan VODs, you can check all that out. You can see all the previous streams, all the different games that we've played, all the different Homestuck streams that we've done, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, go enjoy yourself on there. It's all free and they're all full-length streams. So go enjoy yourself. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Let me save real quick. There we go. All saved. Perfect. And I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Bye, guys. Bye.